Hello everyone, this is G-Shock High Fashion Channel. Today I'm gonna make a quick video just sharing with all you guys this similarities between all of these watches. Let me introduce you guys real quick. This one over here is the similar parts. This one same. This one also the same. This one is also the same. And this guy over here, we have a DW-003 G-Shock watch. That's the reference number, obviously. And this one in the middle here in black is the DW-9500 series G-Shock watch. This guy over here is the this is the GT-003 series G-Shock watch. And this guy over here is the DW-9051 series G-Shock watch. And these four, although they looks like totally different model, look at the bezel, they even designed in totally different way. They all operate on similar engine. I'm not sure if you guys even noticed this. Four parts down here is the back cushion for each and every one of this, and you guys could see all the slots are even placed in the same location, same position. All this dot or this, what I call this, absorbing points also the same, and even the engine, they all shaped in the exactly same way. What makes them differs is the display. This guy have some more animations up here. This one is divided into two parts. This ones have some animations right in the middle there, and this model over here is no animations at all, but they have some bars going on in the middle or the top there just a little bit. So that's the difference. The rest are just the same. Even if you look at the back over here, you can see that the battery placements, the clip, the spring bar, not spring bar, the spring are all placed in exactly the same way. So what we could learn from here is that they're all just the same, which means all the interiors in there will also be the same. Just so you know, you could use any one of this to scrap out for parts just in case your watch broke. So that's the point I'm gonna convey in this video. I'm gonna try to disassemble just one of these because I cannot disassemble the whole thing, all four, because they are all the same. It's gonna take too much time and all, so I'm just gonna pick one model that I got in front of you guys right now. And I'm not sure if you guys even noticed this yet. One of these G-Shock watches at the front right now has an issue. They look like they're all just the same, but one of them somehow just broke, and that is this guy over here. This is the GT-00 series G-Shock watch engine, and as you guys can see, this letters up here is not showing at all. It's supposed to show Sunday, like this one over here, S-U and N. This one over here, just S-U-N's, just at the end over there, but no, it's not continuing all the way to the sides. If I press the mode button, you can see now, this watch have a BPM, that is beat per minute counter, BPM, but instead of showing BPM, it is currently just showing BPM. This is not an M, it's like it's just incomplete. So the issues that I have with this G-Shock watch specifically is that the display panel aren't showing the right display, or basically it is broken. These similar issues happen to a lot of G-Shocks out there, no matter if they are old or brand new. I don't have any other G-Shock that have these problems to give an example from my case, but I do found some photos online, and I do receive questions and comments from all of you guys way back in my other videos asking me about these similar issues and how to solve this problem, because this problem over here is huge. There are a lot of G-Shocks owners there who own even brand new models somehow end up with this type of problem. So I'm just gonna use these four watches, or just one or two, as an example. But you guys should know that every G-Shock's built in a similar way. So if you could get a watch or other watches, other G-Shock watch, and if they all have similar engine like this, you could scrap them for parts. It doesn't matter if they're a DW6900 or DW5600, either one. If they have similar engine like this, you could scrap them out for parts. Alright, just keep that in mind. For example, right now I'm gonna pick up this model over here, and also I'm gonna pick another model, and that is this guy over here. So let's move both of these out of the way, and we're just gonna proceed with these two watches, and I want to try to show you guys how it works, or at least let me show you guys how to fix the problem. All right, or first, before we fix the problem, we need to find out the issues first, right? So in my case right now, it's either the connector is already broken or the display that is already broken. Either one. There's only two possibilities over here. To disassemble this panel over here, you need to unclip all of this clip over here, and then it will come out into 4 separate parts. So let me just unclip it just using my nail over here, like so. Unclip this middle part as well. Or if you want to be more precise, way more safer, you could use a needle instead. Here, this me bring in the needle. All right, pull this thing upwards, push this thing upwards like so. Again, let me remind you, this method will be applicable to any G-Shock watch out there, no matter how expensive or how cheap that model is. They all was built in a similar way, if they have similar engine obviously, so you could use or apply the same technique that I'm showing you right now in fixing the problem. I will make another video just to discuss these issues and some of the solutions that I could came up with in order to solve this issue, but this video over here will just focusing on one of the issues that I will be mentioning in that video, and that is replacing the connector parts. So this is where your battery was placed. Look at that. Simple parts. If I could just remove this metal frame outside of this plastic parts, but then again it's gonna be pretty messy, so I'm just gonna leave it there. So this is the electronics, the brain of your watch. Let me pull this thing out just like that. It's very easy though. This is the engine, and at the front here is the chip, and this part over here, this connector parts, this bars, this gold bars over here is what connects the chip all the way to the display panel over here. And what I would like you guys to be really concerned about is that this gold spring on this part of this watch, look at these two of the spring, do not lose it no matter what, because they are really hard to find, and they are so tiny they are easily lost. I mean, getting lost, you know. So this is the part that I would like you guys to check. This, look at this rubber bars over here. So this is the things that connects this gold bars on the circuit all the way to the display panel. We'll get to this the one that have no issues after this, but now let me disassemble this whole GT-003 G-Shock watch. They have this circle round shape on top here, so this part actually acts as a pusher, where this push this part over here to hold the display panel into place. So if I put the needle in here and pull it backwards like so, you will be able to push it frontwards and basically put it out of place like so. Look at that. And here, let me wait, hold on, there it is. There it is. Done removing this display or this glass panel over here. That's it. This is a singular part. You can see how slim it is. That's it. Let me put this thing over here. So this is the place where you could add on all those stickers. If you want to customize your G-Shock with background logos, you could do so by placing stickers on this layer of this display. This is sort of like a plastic part over there. Those are the two springs just now. Do not lose it no matter what. Let me put this thing back over here real quick. So the spring will connect to here and to here, and yeah, that's how it works. Let me put this thing over here. So my issues that I find right now, wait, hold on, I almost forgot to show you guys this black thing over here. So this is what matters actually. Let me push them downwards, fall off. Right there, it's already falling off now, and here it is. So this is the connector that holds from this gold circuits to this bars down here. Look at this gray part in the display panel over here. All these bars is connected through this rectangular thingy over here. I'll add a close-up photo of it, And by the way, if you guys want to know how it works, basically it have some sort of metal bars, really tiny bars in between these rubber parts down there, really tiny, and that connects all the way to the top to that part over there. So that is how it works. We have two of this, and if one of this broke, it will damage the whole display, because this circuit, let me bring this in, this circuit over here cannot connect all the way to here, and hence cannot go all the way to any one of the display and cannot light up that specific graphics in there. For example, just one section broke, this entire section won't light up because the circuit already, the current cannot flow through here to here to here, and hence this part will light off. So that is the issues, that is the cause of the problems that resulting in all those crazy display on your G-Shock watch, you know. However, that is the first problem, or the first cause. There are other causes to this problem as well, and one of it is that I just noticed it. I'm not sure if you guys can see, we have a cracked part on this display panel over here. This part is just cracked, so all these bars could flow the current, but when it reaches to this point over here, currents cannot flow through these parts, and hence it cannot move to light on these letters around here, right? If you tilt the display at a certain angle, you will be able to see how this bars flows all the way to these graphics parts over here. So this part broke, and that is why this part cannot light on. Yeah, that's it. That's just it. That's how it works in my case right now. So I can replace this, but then again, the main issues that I have right now is the display panel over here, which means I have to dispose this. I have to replace this whole panel over here, which is really expensive and really not worth it. So if this is the case that make your G-Shock display panel broke, I'm sorry for you, man. If you want to try to fix this issue, you could try resoldering these parts. You need a huge amount of precision, obviously, and plaster back this part with this gray connector over here to allow the circuits to flow back in there, and then light on that part back up, which is almost impossible to be done without immense amount of experience, which I didn't have, and I also don't have the proper tools to perform that. So I just could tell you guys how it works, how to solve that problem, but I cannot show you guys how to do so. If your G-Shock watch only came with this part broken, you could easily replace this part, and then problem will be solved. That's it. These two. Most of the time, the issues will just be purely resulted by these two rubber parts. Because they are made out of rubbers, they aren't as tough as the usual parts. For example, all this part over here, they tend to rot over time, or crack over time, or loosen up, or just dislocated out of position for some reason, because they're just being glued to this bottom part here all the way to this part over here. Somehow they just loosen up. For example, like they dislocated like so, like there's a gap in between this rubber part all the way to the display panel like so, and then it will result in this problem. So what I would like you to do is just fix this. Check this part out, check if it's working or not, check if there are any dirt getting there or not, and hoping the problem could be solved just like that. Or if this thing's broke, you're gonna need to replace this part, or in my case right now, this thing's broke, which means I cannot solve this issue except I purchase the whole piece, or again try to plaster back that metal parts that just broke out of the glass. Now let me bring in this watch over here that's working really properly and show you guys how a watch should be looking like without any issues at all. By the way guys, I just show you guys how to assemble all four parts over here. If you want to make it faster, you could just pull or push this top part over here similar way and have the whole parts removed as well, without needing to clip up all this clip on the sides that I just did just now. Let me try to push this thing back in. Alright, I'm pretty sure I already removed this display panel over here. So this part connect to here, and this part connect to this part. This part connect to here, and this part connect to these gold bars down there. So same apply with this watch over here. And as you can see, I just removed the one at the top, and I didn't remove the one at the bottom just yet, which means the top part are already disconnected, but the bottom part still connecting to this circuit on this specific model over here. And as you can see, the display is starting to get crazy already. The one over here are already lighting off, and the one in the middle there are starting to get crazy already. Some are lighting on up there, some are lighting off because the connectors couldn't reach the circuit all the way to light on. For example, I'm not sure you can see there's some sort of circuits that goes all the way from there. Look at when the light hits on it, you guys can see of how tiny that circuit is. It goes all the way here. You just follow along, goes all the way around here and goes all the way to here. Look at that. All the way to here, here and here and here. So that's why there's only two of these parts lighting on, because they are connected with the bottom display all the way to down here. Yeah, look at how cool is that. I'm not sure if you guys could see, but look closely, you're gonna see the circuit connecting all the way to the numbers over there. So that's why you cannot break any one of this, or else the numbers won't light on. Let me push or pull the whole piece out of the way. Let me try to push the thing upwards, and there it is. Already able to pull it out, but that black part was left in there, so you're gonna left out with this type of display over there. Look at that green display, and that's probably resulting why the lighting for this watch will glows in green. So everything's already lighting off now because we don't have any current flows in here, but as you can see, this is how it was built in there. They are all just the same, except for this, they have some sort of layer down here compared to this G-Cool Series G-Shock watch over here. If I bring in this display panel and I add it in this G-Cool body over here, let's see if that's gonna work or not. So even though you could remove this black or this display panel right away from the front, you can't put it back right away from the front. You need to disassemble the whole piece and then add it back in there. I'm gonna need to add the spring back first. The spring should go in here. There it is. And one more should go all the way here. Alright, done. Now take this panel over here and add this thing in here like so, and hold it so that the spring won't fail back out, and then add this display panel back into place like so, and then pull this panel holder through the back and push this panel slowly so that it will get back into place like so. This part is pretty tricky because of this black panel, black bars over there. black connector. I'm not sure what you guys called it, but I call it connector. It's pretty thick, and there it is, already got all the way in there. Look at that. The panel, the display panel is already gets all the way in here. Look at how it was built and pop out right at the bottom of there. And now I could just take this engine, these bars down here, add it over here. It might broke the whole piece because the connector on this electronics was built for this type of display, so it won't light up the whole display on this part because the connector was built in a different manner. But I'm just going to show you guys how to perform these operations, how to fix the issue that you have in your watches, just as an example. Let me clip everything back in. I'm sorry, it's the other way around. Over here, right, and there we go. The panel on this watch won't light on, obviously, but just so you know, that's just an example that you could just repurpose a part different display panel and add it in this GT00 what do you call this, engine in general. Take this display panel back out and add in this original piece or this back into here. You get the idea, and you get to see that I could use this similar parts and add in there because they are exactly similar size as well. So that is a really long video. That is how you swap between parts, and since these two are the same engine, obviously this won't light on because this electronics, the electric won't flow into the exact manner that it was programmed to be with this circuit in there. But you get the idea. The process is still the same, the method are still the same, the weight are still the same, the parts are also just the same as this example that I'm making right now. And you know what, I'm gonna need to open up the whole piece back and then put it back over here, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really hope this video is useful, informative and entertaining as well to fixing your G-Shock watches in the future. Obviously in the future or right now. If you have any broken G-Shock watch, please leave a like. It takes me a lot of hours to making this video, and yeah, I'm very hoping this method will help out in fixing the engine of your G-Shock watch. Thank you very much for watching again. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel, and